Miley Cyrus releases a new photo shoot, which is yet another big attempt at the mass indoctrination and sexualization of young people. Miley Cyrus seems to be purposely have been used as a Disney role model for young people in order to exploit and sexualize children, young people, young teenagers, promote the normalization of the absurd, androgyny, the gay agenda. All of these birds are killed with this stone, and obviously pushing the occult symbolism now, nudity as well, but pushing occult symbolism, encouraging people to be taken down the rabbit hole without any spiritual discernment whatsoever in what any of this symbolism means. So hopefully, I'm sorry I have to cover this, but you have to understand that this individual and many other celebrities have such a big impact on society that we need to kind of fight what they're doing to the minds of young people and kind of expose what they're doing. So this photo shoot, as I'm sure, will attract a lot of attention. That's why I'm covering it, to try and expose what it's about. Well, this photograph, firstly, I believe this is all fractal stuff, all mirrored stuff, as above so below, occult stuff, other side of the mirror, rabbit hole through the looking glass, and that's what this is promoting. And that ties into drug use, of course, and Miley, well, promoting the use of Molly in one of her songs. Red and blue pillars, like the Freemasonry, Kabbalistic, red and blue, Yashin and Boaz. Through a hole in the wall, through the veil, looking through the veil, red and blue illusion here too, slightly pink but red and blue illusion, the pillars. And as we go on, you'll see the occult nature, forgetting the nudity. She's just being used as a tool to attract people into demonic philosophies, demonic activity. So this picture actually reminds me of the false god Janus. Let's have a look at Janus. Janus, the two-headed deity, which January is naturally named after due to it looking forward and back at the beginning of the year. And Janus, the two-headed god, so the Roman god Janus, for which January is named, Janus is usually depicted with having two heads, the face in opposite directions. The god Saturn bestowed upon Janus this ability to see into the future and past. His name comes from the Latin word Ianua, I can't say that, sorry, which means door. Door. Janus is the god of doors, gates, doorways, bridges, and passageways, all which symbolise beginnings and ends. So doorways and passageways through the veil. And of course, if you've been keeping up with the times we're in, it's all about opening doors and gates and into the womb, into the matrix. As you'll see as we go on in this photo shoot, that it's all about that, and this kind of male-female thing. And speaking of doors and gates, another agenda is the opening of the third eye gate, in order to, that I believe that they want the demonic to be able to use people as vessels. And it's becoming clearly obvious that they're constantly pushing this fractal matrix, taking drugs to achieve spiritual enlightenment, the chakra thing, kundalini, opening of the third eye. And this photograph shows that she is now blinded with her normal two eyes, and her third eye has been opened. This also represents the Baphomet beard. And of course Baphomet is androgynous, and that's why she is androgynous in this, both masculine and feminine. She represents this is the beast. And remember how it's always this blonde female feminine figure in regards to the opening of the abyss. And I believe she's playing this same character. It does, of course, allude to the monarch mind control, the split persona stuff. You got to understand these things have many layers of meaning because it's spiritual language. So they have many layers of meaning. So like peeling back an onion, you know. But don't get lost in the rabbit hole. That is their agenda, for people to go down the rabbit hole and for demons, demonic spirits, to be able to use people. So be warned against taking hard drugs, practicing these kundalini opening, third eye opening exercises, new age stuff, because that is what you'll end up like that. Not too appealing. You see, the only way to truly see spiritually is by asking Jesus Christ humbly to help you to see spiritually. You cannot do that yourself, as this picture portrays, because you'll end up blinder than ever. It's all occult stuff. This symbolism all over. Again, these same colours. And this is not a comment on anyone, no disrespect intended, but you have to understand the agenda of masculinizing women and feminizing men. And she is representing both here, like in a music video, Wrecking Ball, when she's sitting on the back of the ball of judgment as Lucifer, as the feminine, masculine paradigm of the beast, like Baphomet. And that's why I believe she's let her armpit hair grow. But that's no comment on anyone that there's no disrespect to anyone, but I'm just saying that this is the agenda that they're trying to push by using all of these tools and guises. So it's all about the matrix, the rabbit hole, going down the rabbit hole, as some of the mainstream truthers tell you to go down the rabbit hole. But this is why. Because they are trying to give energy towards cracking these entities out from behind the mirror, as above so below stuff, kicking through out of this prison there. And this figure, this same blonde-haired figure, which we often see as the Antichrist 13th pillar figure, breaking through the wall like Pink Floyd. Pentagram, the two pillars represented the rabbit hole, the fractal matrix, where these entities are trapped. That they prey on innocent victims, on people who don't know anything about what these things are, but yet give so much energy to it. So that's what we're trying to undo here, is exposing the satanic, occult, Luciferian, Kabbalistic, Freemason, Jesuit, Zionist agenda here of what they're trying to do. So these entities, they're cracking through that pyramid structure. A pyramid from above, remember, is an X if you look at a pyramid from a bird's eye view. So cracking out of the X box, pyramid from above being X. Breaking the demons out of the womb, X no way out, breaking the demons out of the womb. And by using people like this, by the use of role models, by people on the massive stage in the public, to gain traction in this agenda. Now this one, quite disturbing really. I definitely think they're trying to make her androgynous, which is what the fallen are anyway. But this one is particularly disturbing in that it's very similar to Marilyn Manson's contribution to this agenda. In his recent music video, look at this, being consumed by the rabbit hole, like black goo stuff, the Illuminati pyramid, well, whatever it is, Luciferian. And look at that, you see how that's totally similar to what Miley Cyrus, down the rabbit hole here, but the Miley Cyrus thing where she's being split, her body is split in half like that, is pretty much the same thing. And it's all about the changing of mankind, fractal stuff down the rabbit hole, but it is also representative of demonic spirits, such as in the Exorcist movie, the spider walk down the stairs. You see that it's an inverted backwards crawl, the spider walk down the stairs in The Exorcist. And the reason being is that this is all to do with the rabbit hole, to do with demons, and the agenda to, well, I think mass possess people through the opening of an activation of the Kundalini third eye. And some really disturbing agendas here. Sexualization of the young. You've got the little horn there, like in the little horn of the Bible, of judgment. I think this is probably representing a phallic, the androgynous thing, normalizing the absurd. And demons, again, Christ cast the demons into the pigs and they ran into the abyss. Stuck in the mud. She's got mud or black oil, black goo, mud stuck in the mud over her. And the demonic are often represented by pigs. So you see how all of this correlates together. It is a completely demonic agenda, normalizing the rabbit hole and demonic agendas, feeding it to you as if it's completely attractive and normal, but actually it's just the devil posing as light, Satan posing as light, a cloak of light. This is not what they look like. This is not what the fallen really are inside. It's just a cloak of light, using willing vessels like Miley Cyrus in order to indoctrinate the young. And look at that, it's just weird, it's sick, painting the pig's toenails. Can people not see this is satanic? Do people think that Miley Cyrus is making any of these decisions? Or do you think that she's been programmed? Do you think she's been coaxed in and lured in to fulfill their agenda, the Luciferian agenda? Do you think that she's completely brainwashed by the money and fame, that she is now not even probably aware of the extent of what she is portraying? And there we go, stuck in the mud, coming out of that oily, muddy liquid with all her usual facial poses. Sometimes she represents Cali. God bless you all, guys. Jesus Christ is the only truth, and I pray that you will reach out to him as your Messiah. He's the only way. Young people, young teenagers, promote the normalization of the absurd, androgyny, the gay agenda. All of these birds are killed with this stone, and obviously pushing the occult symbolism now, nudity as well, but pushing occult symbolism. Miley Cyrus releases a new photo shoot, which is yet another big attempt at the mass indoctrination and sexualization of young people. Miley Cyrus seems to be purposely have been used as a Disney role model for young people in order to exploit and sexualize children, what they're doing to the minds of young people, and kind of expose what they're doing. So this photo shoot, as I'm sure, will attract a lot of attention. That's why I'm covering it, to try and expose what it's about. Well, this photograph, firstly, I believe this is all fractal stuff, all mirrored stuff, as above so below, occult stuff, other side of the mirror, rabbit hole through the looking glass. And that's what this is promoting. And that ties into drug use, of course, and Miley, well, promoting the use of Molly in one of her songs. Red and blue pillars, like the Freemasonry, Kabbalistic, red and blue, Yashin and Boaz, encouraging people to be taken down the rabbit hole without any spiritual discernment whatsoever in what any of this symbolism means. So hopefully, I'm sorry I have to cover this, but you have to understand that this individual and many other celebrities have such a big impact on society that we need to kind of fight